I think I'm actually live. Oh my God, how fantastic is that? I'm so excited about being here today because this is one of the best things. This is one of the things that I absolutely love sharing. So if I've got time, I'm going to share with you exactly what I do to set things up. But welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here today to how to create your new body out of thin air. But this can go just as well to do with how to create your finances, how to create your relationships or anything like that. But I am the Body Whisperer. I'm a body renewer, and I help you partner with your body and partner with your soul so that you can actually start getting what it is that you said you wanted. So yesterday we started with the very basics. We started with understanding what it is that you really want. Sometimes we have been taught to concentrate on the negative, on the flaws, on the pain, on what's wrong with us. What I'm asking you to do, what I started asking you to do yesterday, was start just thinking about what it is that you want instead and get very, very clear. Start to really laser focus and allow your thoughts to sort of play around with what it is that you want instead. So we asked you yesterday, so how much is it? What's it going to look like? When do you want it by? So what is it that you want instead, so that we can start creating from there rather than accepting what we get, like accepting potluck and just nothing's working. And really kind of going, well, I'm kind of that age now when things don't really work so well. I'm sorry, I'm going to call you on that. And I'm going to say, bullshit, rubbish. Please stop putting yourself down and saying, there's nothing else I can do, because there's tons of stuff you can do. And I'm here and I'm working with my soul. My soul is working through me. And she's giving me all these instructions of how you can become a very sensitive, sensual, feeling being, because that is the absolute juice, that is the absolute magic of being able to create what you want. So yes, we need to know what we want, and then we start kind of sketching it out a little more, filling it in a little bit more, adding some patterns, adding some shading. I came across these pictures yesterday and I thought, well, this is absolutely perfect. So yesterday, we made a very basic sketch of, not you as a horse, but we made a very basic sketch of what it is that we wanted instead. Today, we're going to make it look a little bit more horse-like. We're going to be adding in some more detail. And as we go on through the week, we'll be adding shade, we'll be adding more sensations, and eventually you will look like how you want to look like. So, a vast difference from the beginning to the end, but that's just the fun of it all. That's how I play. That's how my soul wants me to play. My soul's personality is, well, she's very cheeky and she's kind of rude sometimes, and she's very straight. So this is how we play, and this is how we actually create what we want. So we started with a childlike sketch, just an outline yesterday, what it is that you wanted. You started to write some stories. So, oh my God, thank you for doing that. It allows me to just feel into you, feel where you're coming from, what kind of things you're saying. And I'm perfectly happy to sort of go through your stories and just kind of like tweak them out a little bit and give them more finer details. And that's what today is all about. So let's play for a while, shall we, on that very subject. Where are you right now? What kind of things are you saying to yourself that you maybe don't even catch because you're so used to saying those kind of things? You're so used to being in that energy. You're so used to accepting things the way they are and nothing's really changing, but you start a new diet every Monday. You complain about your food and summer's coming and it's like, oh, holy shit, how am I going to deal with this? I really don't feel happy in my body. I hate my body. What kind of things are you saying? I have no energy. I can't bear going to the beach. I can't bear that. I just really want to wear the clothes that I love and not the clothes that just cover me up. I feel disgusted. I feel hopeless. Nothing's working for me. But I want to lose weight. And then, you know, that's what we sketched out yesterday. We took you from just, I want to lose weight, I want to change my body, I want to feel different in my body, to like, okay, well, what is it that you want instead? So we're just putting a little bit of meat on the bones here. So with all those statements, seeing as we're playing, what does that feel like in your body? Today's all about feelings create form. That's what I'm teaching you about today. Feelings create form. They really, really, really do. There's nothing that responds faster than your body to what you think and what you feel. And if you haven't thought about what you want, this is why you're here. If you haven't felt into what you want, like, oh, what do you mean, Fiona? How do I feel into that? That's what we're going to be going into today. But first of all, I want you to understand what it feels like for your body, where you are on the scale of things, when you are feeling nothing's working. I feel disgusted with myself. I hate looking at myself. I've got nothing to wear. I've got no energy. Don't like my body. Don't like being seen in my body. I wish I could just like divorce my body. We cut ourselves off from here down. Don't look there. Where do you feel that in your body when you say those kind of things to yourself? This is really, really important, ladies. I'm going to take you from one end of the scale to the other so that you can just feel the difference at any time. You're able to kind of go and kind of go, really, wow, that's where I am. That's what I'm saying. That's what it feels like. That's no good. I am creating form when I'm in that state. But unless you're very aware of what state you're in mentally, but what state you're creating from how you feel. And most of us don't know how we feel. We just feel it's really uncomfortable. Something's uncomfortable. And we plump for the alcohol. We plump for the snacks. We plump for the food. We overeat. We starve ourselves and then we binge. All these things are taking us from that really uncomfortable place because we don't like the way we feel. So I'm asking you not to be frightened about how you feel. Let's just investigate it a little bit further. So where are you? Where do you feel that in your body? How does it manifest itself in your body? So like if I went into feeling, which I never like doing, I hate my body, I'm really dissatisfied, oh my God, I just do not want to go to the beach. I want the ground to just swallow me up. Where am I feeling that in my body so that I can guide you as to how that feels when you're feeling really dissatisfied, unhappy, sad, a failure, hopeless? Where do you feel that in your body? I'm kind of getting a feeling here, which is normal, in my throat, but I'm also feeling really heavy and sad in my heart. My breathing is shallow. It's like I've got somebody sitting on my chest. It's like, oof. Your body is also kind of slumped. Your head's kind of down. You don't want to look at it. You don't want to feel that way. And it's like, just ground, swallow me up. Just take me away from this feeling. I want you to recognize that feeling. I want you to get really familiar with that feeling and how it suffocates you. How you don't feel alive. You feel kind of dead inside and everything's average, mediocre. And you're definitely not satisfied. You're definitely not living a happy life. It's heavy and it's sluggish and it's slow and it's kind of laziness to it. And like, there's a lot of sighing. Could also be, well, what feelings come out of that as well. So there can be anger. There can be frustration. You can feel really sad. You can feel like a victim. And sometimes, you know, when you're in those feelings, you feel like a failure. And sometimes we're in that feeling because we're punishing someone else because we want someone else to do something for us. Something not working out right. Sorry, when I'm talking about energy and when I'm feeling energy in my body, Anybody who works with me knows it comes out. Some people yawn, I yawn as well, but sometimes I burp. And often I'm doing it on behalf of the clients as well, because it's just a movement of the energy. Your whole soul and your body's just going, it's enough of that. I don't want to feel that anymore. Feel into that. I want you to get very familiar of what that feels like. That is the lowest end of your scale. It's just like, oh, I feel sad, angry, I feel like a victim, I feel like a failure. Don't want to be like this anymore. Just feel the suffocation, the stagnation, the heaviness in your body. You need to be able to feel that so that I can take you to the other end of the scale and show you how it's best to feel, how to create. You are, when you're in that heavy, hating, slumped, breathless, shallow breathing, feeling like a failure, feeling hopeless, you are creating more of that from that state. You are actually in a creative mode. We will be going into the chemicals and the hormones that fly around your body when you feel that state. You've been taught to concentrate on your flaws, on your pain, on what's wrong with you. And I want to get you out of that and into a different feeling so that we can add some colour in onto you instead of, you know, what is it? What are the details that you're really sensually looking for? So feel familiar with that feeling, the lowest end of the scale. Know where it sits in your body. I mean, I would feel that for myself. Upper belly, solar plexus, my head is pounding, I'm short of breath, and I'm just like, oh, get me out here. I feel blocked and like I'm in a big bramble bush. Like every step I take forward, it's like 2 steps back. Or I'm in a box and I'm just like climbing out and then you slip back down, and you're climbing out and then you slip back down. All those kind of feelings of being enclosed in, concertinaed, you know, you're just not living the free life. You are being squashed and squeezed, and not in a nice way. So if you're familiar with that feeling, say yes. Let me know that you felt it, because if you don't feel it, you're missing the point. All right, and I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey. Let that go for a minute. Get out of your overthinking head and just concentrate on one particular point. If you've got something in front of you, you just want to look at, perhaps it's a symbol of your computer or something like that, concentrate on that just for a moment. Just look at that. Don't move your body. Listen to the sound in your head, not you talking, but the sound in your ears. Be aware of your breathing and the beating of your heart. Bring yourself back into your body, your senses. Not what's out there, the chaos, but inside, where you feel safe and at home. And we're going to do playtime number 2. We're going to go to the other end of the scale. Yay, thank God. There's a few ways to do this, but I'm going to teach you this one way anyway. So go for a moment, a memory, where you felt completely at ease in your body, joyful, playful, free. Just allow yourself to experience that for a minute. Now, you might think, oh, I haven't got anything like that, Fiona. And you might think, it's okay. Well, maybe I'll go back to when I was a kid. Perfect. Go back to when you were a kid. You can't go back to your 30s or 40s when you were dancing on the speakers in the nightclub, or going down a zip line, or bouncing on a bouncy castle or something. Go back to a time when you were a kid and feel into how free you felt. You didn't have thoughts or criticisms or flaws about your body. God, I didn't have flaws about my body. I was like, what? Give me something to do. Give me some action. Let's have some fun. I feel joyful. Let's like jump on that wave. Let's like go on the bodyboard or something like that. So what is it? Think of a moment, grab a moment in your past. This is the easy way to do it. When you were on a sailing ship, or when you were in a canoe, or when you were bungee jumping, or when you were dancing, or something that's kind of invigorating and joyful and adventurous. That is what we're looking for here, because that is at the other end of the scale. So step into that picture frame so that you can feel it. You can feel that experience that you're having, so that you can actually live it again. You're actually experiencing it again. You can feel your heart beating faster. You can feel you're breathing deeper. You're feeling your body kind of get jolted by the waves or by the jump or whatever. Just feel into that just for a minute of what that feels like in your body. Feel your skin tingling a little bit. Now, what were you doing? Sort of name it. And what were you wearing? Remember what outfit you had on, even if it was like the lycra, the swimsuit, or the ski suit or something like that. What were you wearing? What was the temperature like? Can you remember the temperature? What temperature you were running at, or what the wind was like, or you know what was the environment like? Were there any smells that can bring you back to this particular experience, this joyful, exuberant experience? Are there any smells, like if you're in the sea, maybe it's sea air and stuff like that? Just adding in the details. Was there a taste, like if you're in the sea, then it's salty water, or if you're jumping off a bridge, then it's the pine forests or the river underneath, or smells, tastes. Build on the memory, add in some more details in that. You can see in my body talks as well. Your body always talks to you, by the way. This is why we're doing what we're doing, because your body's creating by what you're feeling. So I'm having to educate you to be a sensual feeling being so that you can create differently. It's nothing to do with what you're thinking. That's just the childish sketch of something. And even some of you haven't done the childish sketch. You're just like, I just want to lose weight. Okay, fine. We need details. So we're adding details in today, is we're adding feelings in. That was sensual. Like, was your hair wet? Was your hair dry? You've got no shoes and socks on. What can you feel underneath your feet? What were the experiences in your body? How exuberant were you? Walking across the hanging bridge, across a cavern or something like that. What are you showing your body that you want to create? Your subconscious mind, like I said yesterday, doesn't know any difference between the moment you're in now, sitting at your desk or on the settee or listening to me, and the memory that you're conjuring up, that you're building up. So you can create something in the future, or what we just did, we are going back into a time when you just went, oh, wow, I felt alive. That was amazing. I loved that feeling, Fiona. So now you've got a memory and experience up there, even if you were 6 or 12 or something like that. And you've got a feeling down there, or, you know, whatever your scale's like, left and right, back and forwards. And you've got a feeling over there of, I hate my body, I've got nothing to wear, I feel really heavy, I've got no energy. And you've got your exuberant feeling. So we're just going to use those two on the scale. And at any time during the day, you'll be able to go, where am I creating? What am I doing? Am I creating from the sad, failing, hopeless place where all my chemicals are like creating a form out of what I'm feeling? Don't want to do that. Or is my body creating from this exuberant place? Or am I somewhere in the middle? Normally you're somewhere in the middle, but you can go here at any time, because what you want to create more of is when you're exuberant, when you're not even thinking, you've pulled all your energy from worrying and looking at your flaws and looking at the problems, that you're living a life and your body is alive and you're like, yo, that feels amazing. And I promise you that your body will replicate that and will respond to that in a very, very positive way. It'll let go of all the flaws, it'll let go of all the anger, it'll let go of all the hopelessness. You want to be creating from the other end of the scale. I hope I'm making sense. It's your job to create whatever you want to experience. And I have a little creation journal that I use. And I was given a story this morning to share with you today, which I will do in a minute, so that you can learn how to be a sensual, feeling being that is creating what you want instead. I've been writing journals and doing this for the last 10, 15 years, on and off. Now, when I don't do this, my body doesn't know, my soul doesn't know, my intergalactical beings don't know what to create for me. So they're just kind of sitting there going, right, okay, nothing's going on. But when I am creating, I tell you, I can sell houses, I can buy houses, I can find cars, I can create circumstances, I can have some things that I want appear in my life, I can have gifts given to me of going up for an experience in a treetop weekend house, romantic weekend. I can have experience happen like I get the scooter that I've been writing about so that I can go to the beach on my own after I've had clients during the day. I can find my, you can see it there, rainbow stripe settees because I just imagined them. And I got two. And what else? I can create having friends who are musicians who can come in my house and on my birthday and we just play music and we sing. You can create anything that you want and you can create your own body, but you have to feel it. Most of us write about something and we're just nonplussed. There's no movement on the feeling scale. So our soul and our body doesn't really know what to bring to us because they've got no details to bring. It's essential that you become the creator of the world that you want to win in. Now, Olympic athletes, Wimbledon, professional tennis players, boxers, I mean, Muhammad Ali and CEOs of great companies like Richard Branson, Tony Robbins, people like that, they do these kind of visualization techniques to get what they want to create. And it's not just the visualization, but they actually feel it happening. They feel, oh my God, that's so exciting. So if you asked somebody who was going to stand up on the podium, wow, how did it feel when you won the gold medal? Or how did it feel when you won your race? They're like, I've done it kind of 100 times, so felt exactly how I thought it was going to feel. Again, your subconscious knows no difference between the moment that you're in, whether it's delusional or whether it's fact. What you feel is what you are going to create. I'm going to show you just how much, I'm going to take a drink. I'm going to show you just how much detail you can put in there by reading out a story that I created this morning, so that you understand. And this is fun. This is playtime. It's not sticking to a diet. It's not restricting your food. It's not forcing yourself to do exercise. Because believe you me, when your body is in a state that it really loves being in, it'll send you a signal like, oh, why don't we go for a walk? Why don't we go outside? Why don't we go for a run? Why don't we do something? But you're not creating it from force or effort. And it's not like you have to run a marathon to lose weight. You are creating your body out of thin air. It's something that really 1%, 2% of the population do. And I guarantee you, if you are not doing this and you're on a diet, you lose some weight, but then you regain it again. It's because you're still thinking, I'm going to say this really weirdly, you're still thinking with a fat head. You're still thinking with a heavy woman head. You're still thinking this with a woman whose size, whatever it is that you don't want to be. You're still thinking in that way. You're still thinking food's a problem. You're still thinking, I can't eat this, and I shouldn't do this, and I shouldn't do that. You're not enjoying the body that you're in. All right, so I can't remember where I started, but I wanted to show you the kind of detail that you can put in when you're doing a story. So yesterday we were like, what do you want? And now we're talking about what does it feel like? So let me just kind of get into it. I have my summer dresses and my summer shoes, and I've got my scooter, and each day after work I enjoy riding to the lagoon or going to the beach in Seaboard, and I swim. I lie in the sunshine and it's warm and it's soothing and it just soaks into my bones. I feel the change of temperature on my skin from the heat I've just absorbed as I've been lying down to the cool of the water. I live on the Atlantic. And the waves move around my body and they go up and down my body, and each wave touches more of my body, and that cool water just changes the temperature of my body. And it's a huge contrast to the hot sun that I've just been lying in. I can feel the sand beneath my toes, and I can taste the salt air, I can smell it, and I can lick it off my skin. And my bikini feels larger in the water than when I was lying down. And I can feel the knots at the side of my bikini, and I tie my bikini. They no longer hold on to my skin. I'm going to have to buy a new bikini because this bikini is really not fitting me quite as much as I want it to. I deserve a new bikini, a smooth one that feels delicious on my skin, colour I really, really like, and I can throw these old ones away. And they're patterns that I love. I walk out of the sea and I'm a little bit breathless. I walk out of the waves and the waves want to pull me back into the water to swim some more. I've just battled to get back to the shoreline as the tide is really strong and the waves are pulling as the tide is going out, and I was trying to swim back into the shore. I adjust my bikini just in case it's moved and I'm a little bit exposed, and I put my feet down on the sand for the first time, and I can feel the movement of the waves on my legs. I feel like everything's moving. My muscles tense and they hold me firmly, and I push against my thighs and I step up and look out to where I'm going to be walking towards, and I'm feeling the shallow waters around my legs. But my muscles really need to get used to sort of standing on the solid ground again. And I can feel the water around my thighs, my calves, and then my ankles as I stride out of the sea, trying to keep my balance. The water drips off me and I can feel the sun against my cooler body now because I've been swimming. And I watch the drips of the water, they're shining like beads as they go along my long toned arms and down my tanned toned legs. I taste the salty water and I reach my sarong and I lay on my front and enjoy drying off under the sun. I can feel the sun again scorching through my skin and warming up my bones. It feels so good to be alive in my body. My soul is rejoicing at the activity and the adventure of going on this swim that we've just been in. I am invigorated, and I have put that into and integrating all of that into my cellular memory so that I can go back there again at any time. I can call on that memory again. I feel so tall and long and light. I feel at peace in my body as I reach for my water bottle, which isn't kind of warm now as it's been in my rucksack. And my rucksack is empty just with my dress in there, and my helmet for my scooter is to one side. Now I do go on with that, but I wanted you to experience what it feels like to be in the body that you want to be in. Now you can do that fantastically, you can do that delusionally, or you can go back to a time when you had that body and you really need to dig down and feel what it felt like to be in those clothes, to walk in that body, to experience that body, so that you've got the opposite end of the scale. And which end do you want to create yourself from? Winners do what losers won't do. This is the tactics. This is the techniques. This is what creates you in a fashion and in a way that you want to be. I've gone on to sort of like 30 minutes, so I'm nearly finished. This is the magic secret formula that speeds things up. It's no good just being on a diet and not knowing what you want and not being able to fill in some more of the details of what it really feels like when you're in that body. Remember, your subconscious mind knows no difference to the fantastical, the delusional, or the body hate that you're giving her right at the moment. This goes way past numbers. This goes way past, you know, the size or the weight that you want to be, or the words or affirmations or things like that. This makes it live. This makes it alive. And in that moment, you are creating. So the longer you stay in that state, the better you are in the chemical soup that is creating that for you. This is the work that no one else does. This is when you find that you can have peace with food, peace with your body, and you're feeding your soul, because your soul wants you to feel thoroughly alive in this lifetime. That's what you're here for. You're here to experience every single feeling that's possible. You have thousands, I can't explain it more, thousands more feelings than words can explain. Sometimes when I'm with a client, I'm feeling what she's feeling. She's like, I haven't got a word for it. And she's searching for words. Don't worry, I can feel it. I can feel what you're feeling. And I know that there's no words for it. There are 1,000 more sensations and feelings than we've ever created words. And we create from feeling because the feeling is what we experience first. And then we try and put words on it. So we want to be in the feeling of what we want rather than what we don't want. We don't want to be looking for the flaws and the pain and what's wrong with us. We want to be looking at what's right with us. I really hope this is helping. I really hope this is helpful and fun. This video again will be here for 24 hours on the site. Then it goes into my mastermind package that I'm putting together, and you can have all of these lessons for like £27 once everything's done and put out there, and they're all available on video for you. You need to be able to do this over and over and over again. Creating is what we're here for. And you think it might be creating what? That you are creating your own life as it's meant to be, as your soul wanted you to be able to do when you're on this planet. And this is what I'm writing about as well, how you can create work, rest and play with your soul on a daily basis so that you can create what it is that you want. You can have just the most joyful life. Look, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'll be back again tomorrow, and we're going to be doing some fun stuff tomorrow as well. What's my topic tomorrow? Day 3. Oh yeah, well, of course, cellular memory. How we are creating and putting things into our cellular memory. So have an awesome, fabulous day. Please do your homework. Take your stories, take your stories and add more color to them, add more feeling to them. Dive into that. Let me know what it feels like to be in the body that you want to feel like. That is your assignment. And for the ladies who are most active, you will be going in the hat and you will be winning a full consultation with me so that you can break through to being a feeling being. Lots and lots of love. Have a great afternoon. Bye.